Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for a building video here today. I've never done a building video before on my channel, so this will be interesting. It's going to be a row of terraced housing because for everyone who has Newcrest, you guys will know that there's this really awkward lot on the very end of the row that's on the right, and it's a really weird shape. So I thought, well, it would be a perfect shape if it was facing the road to do a row of terraced cottages or terraced houses on. I mean, it's not facing the road, but I decided to go with it anyway because I thought it would be really cool to make a row of terraced housing, because in The Sims, all of the Sims series, there has really only ever been big, massive detached lots and apartment lots, and they've not really catered for terraced housing, which made me think, well, I want to do terraced housing because it's really popular in this country. I'm from the UK and I live in a terraced house. So for those of you who don't live in the UK and don't know what terraced housing is, I suggest you just pop it into Google and it will explain everything you need to know there. But really briefly, it's where your house is attached on both sides to another house. They're mostly 19th century, and working class people would live in terraced housing. They're like TARDISes really, because they look really small from the outside, but on the inside they're huge. So yeah, I decided to make a row of terraced housings here, and I'm just picking the roof here. I've made the shape. They all have bay windows. Some terraced houses have bay windows and some don't. The house that I live in doesn't have a terraced window, although I do love terrace windows, I have to say. So I gave the house here, or all five houses here, a terraced. What am I trying to say right now? I gave all five houses here bay windows, and then I just went in with this sort of concrete at the front, because the majority of terrace houses don't have front gardens. You walk into your house from the pavement, so I tried to make a pavement, if you like, by just putting concrete there. So we're going to pretend that's pavement, because you know The Sims can only do so much. You'll have to use your imagination. And now for this build, I decided to create Sims to live in the terraced houses, and they're all going to be very different because quite often, you know, you're living very close to these people, you're side by side, and you can have all manner of different people. So I created 5 families to go in each of the terraced houses, and I'm just creating the back gardens or the yards. People may be surprised how small they are, but yes, terraced houses do have a really small backyard. We call it a yard, not back garden. It's not really a back garden, it's a yard. That is what it is, and they tend to be back to back as well. So you would have your yard, a small pathway, and then the people behind you, you would have their yard. Again, I would just Google it if you're not sure what terraced housing is, because I imagine a lot of countries that just live in massive detached lots like The Sims, then you might be a little bit confused and you might be like, what? That makes no sense. I'm just putting tons and tons of lights in the house right now so that I can see what I'm doing, and then I'm putting the upstairs walls in. Depending on when the house was built, terrace houses sometimes have a bathroom upstairs, but quite often the bathroom is downstairs, and that's because when the house was originally built, bathrooms weren't a thing. You had to go outside to go to the toilet. So a lot of people have just added the bathroom on downstairs because it's cheaper than having the plumbing brought upstairs. So in all these houses, I haven't decided where the bathroom's going to go, but in the house I'm building now, the bathroom is upstairs. It's a giant bathroom because this end terrace here is the home of a young couple called a young couple called Harvey and William Barber. They are a gay couple and they live in this end terraced house here, and their style is really clean cut, modern, open plan, like a lot of space. So I'm just going in the interior of the house here and trying to choose a wooden floor. I initially wanted to go for a light wooden floor, but I think I change it up into a dark wood, and I keep the walls very white. They like very minimalistic designs. to William and Harvey, and I have created these Sims, so I will be moving them into the house at the end. Just popping some curtains on now. My initial plan was to have this all done in one video, but then it became apparent that I wasn't going to be able to do that because there are 5 houses to decorate here, so yeah, that's not going to happen. It's going to have to be a video per house. So I'm just going in with some really modern kitchen counters, and I'm putting a bar in there as well. They're quite a young couple, they've only just got married, and they like really modern designs, even though the house is quite old-fashioned. Well, not old-fashioned, but it's an old house. So yeah, I'm going in with some quite modern appliances here. Each of the families that I've designed to go in each of the homes are so different, and their style is so different, and that's why I think it's going to be so much fun, because each house that we will decorate so differently. And I'm actually quite glad that I wasn't able to get all 5 houses done in one video, because then you guys can give me your feedback, like if you think, or I don't know, if you have any ideas, then you should let me know. What I'll do actually is I'll run through who's going to live in each of the houses so that you guys know what to expect. We've obviously got William and Harvey Barber, who are the gay couple who are going to live in the house that we're decorating at the moment. We've got a young heterosexual couple as well. They are called Rodney and Adeline Douglas, and they are recently married also. They live 2 doors down from William and Harvey. And then we have, in between them, we have a young, well, she's not, well, young in a sense, not as young as William, Harvey and Rodney and Adeline, but still quite young. A young, recently single mother of 1. She lives in the house in between the 2 couples, and she has 1 Dorset called Robin, and so that's going to be like a little family home. And I imagine that Rodney and Adeline, who are our young heterosexual couple, might be planning for children, so that's something that we should incorporate into their house. And we're going to have a young man who's a little bit of a player. He lives on his own, and he's going to be in the house, the 4th house along, and his name is Bradley Meadow. And then in the very, very end house, we have a mean old granny who hates children, and she's just generally mean, and she lives in the house at the end. So I thought there's going to be a range of different designs there, because that's what I was really going for, because although all the houses are joined, they are all going to be so differently decorated, which is so cool. And it's just true, like that's how it is in terrace housing. And then I realised here that I forgot to put the door in. I haven't really been talking about what I've been doing, but I guess you guys can see that anyway. So there's quite a bit of CC in this room here. Actually, now I'm looking at it, but if you guys want to know where to get anything, it's all off the Sims resource. I only download it from the Sims resource. So I've done an open plan kitchen and front room or living room, and generally the houses are 2 up, 2 down, a front room and a back room downstairs and a front room and a back room upstairs, but I have broken that wall through and made it a completely open plan down here, which suits their style, I think. And I've chosen really, really clean cut designs, really bright colours. I think it looks quite cool, and not to my taste personally, but I think for William and Harvey, I think this is ideal for them. And I love those 2 wooden hearts. They're painted in the coloured stripes, are really cute and just, yeah, really nice. And I decorated the walls in quite a lot of different, the walls are white, so I think a lot of art on the walls really brightens the place up a little bit as well. I thought that was a little table, and then I realised I was trying to put a dining table through a wall. So yeah, that didn't really work out. What else did I need to say? Harvey is a scientist. He's quite geeky, if you like, and William is very athletic. So they're quite different in personalities, but they really complement each other, and they have a similar sense of style when it comes to interior design. So it was quite easy to decorate for them, I think. Yeah, I enjoyed decorating for them. I think it's not perfect, but I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move them in once I've finished, and just put some more knickknacks in there, because as you guys know, as you play The Sims, you sort of accumulate more knickknacks like photographs and things that you collect, and it just gives the house a more lived in feel, because at the moment this house looks very, very bare, and that's just because no one lives there, it's empty. But I'm going to move them in at the end and we'll accumulate some more knick-knacky type bits and pieces. But at the moment it's looking a bit bare, but nothing that we can't handle. I hope I've described how terrace houses work well enough, but like I said, if you just Google it, you will find tons and tons of information if you're still a little bit unsure. And I've done a poor job of explaining, then yes, go and Google it, because it's quite possible I have done a poor job of describing. I've kept the garden reasonably low maintenance because I can imagine that they're not into gardening. You know, they've got busy lives, they don't want to be gardening, so it's all paved over, big hot tub, really low maintenance. And then upstairs, they haven't got any children and they're not planning to at the moment, so I was able to split the 2 rooms like so and put an archway between the bathroom and the bedroom, because the bathroom is going to be a bathroom stroke spa room. So it's gonna, it's gonna be, and there's only the 2 of them, so it can be a little bit more open plan than if you had a family, because there is only the 2 of them in here. And I put some carpet in the bedroom and some wooden floor in the hallway, and then I decided it would be really cool to make a walk-in wardrobe here, because why not? And I put some lights in as well. And I think I work on the walk-in wardrobe right now, so I'm just gonna pop some mirrors in there. And also some clothes and some other bits and pieces in here. Also, there's a lot of CC in this build so far. So like I said, if you want to know where anything is, it is all on the Sims resource. I don't download from anywhere else. So it will all be there for you. I'm really looking forward to doing the other houses. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to doing the mean old granny's house, because we see quite a lot of the same, don't we, when we build or we watch other people build. It's, it's clean cut, there's a lot of modern builds out there, they're really popular, but, the mean old granny's going to have, like, patterns that clash, and it's going to be dark and dingy and old-fashioned, and we don't see a lot of that in The Sims, because everyone wants to create perfect homes, and the reality is homes are not perfect, although the home I've done here is quite neat, but that's just because they like the clean cut neat look. But yeah, I'm going to get to experiment with lots of different styles of home, which I'm really excited about. I'm making a little room for the toilet here because I thought, although you might want an open plan sort of spa room, you need privacy when you're doing your number 1s and number 2s. No matter how close you are as a couple, you need privacy when it comes to that time. Definitely. So I did make a little room for the bedroom there, and I had tons of problems with this bath. I really wanted to include this bath in here, but finding a place to put it was, I don't know, I found it really, really awkward actually. And I end up changing up the sink because that sink is too bulky. Although it goes in the set, it's just too bulky. I don't know whether it does go in the set actually. I don't know. And I toyed with the idea of splitting the spa room into 2 rooms, a bathroom and a spa room. But then when I changed the sink up, it just looks tons better, so I was fine with that. And I'm moving on to the bedroom, so I'm putting the double bed in here. It's a CC bed from the Sims resource. It was quite a large bedroom to furnish actually. It was quite hard to think of things to put in there. But like I say, I don't know whether you guys play The Sims or not, but what I always find when I'm playing is that I build a house for my Sims and I decorate it and it looks a little bit bare, and then after I've played with The Sims for a while, there's not enough space in the end, because I'll have to show you guys my current household because there is just stuff everywhere. It's so lived in, but I am on my 4th generation, so can you imagine how much like rubbish you accumulate over that time. So yeah, I'm sure that's what will happen in this case. I'm not overly in love with this end terrace here, but I think that's just because it's not to my personal taste. Like, I don't decorate to this sort of clean cut, minimalistic style. I mean, that's not how I decorate my home. That's not my favourite way of decorating. So I think that's why I'm not a giant fan of it. But you know, I can still appreciate it. Like, I know a lot of people enjoy that sort of style, and I definitely can still appreciate it. So we're coming up to the end of this build here. I'm just putting some more artwork on the walls. They're very into that artwork. I am going to have to do a series here, so we're going to come back with videos of the decorating of all the other houses, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it and you like the idea. Definitely give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that loads. And also, don't forget to subscribe, because if you subscribe, then you'll be notified when part 2 comes out, and part 2 is going to be the young single mum house. So I haven't filmed it yet, so if you've got any suggestions, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll be filming it soon, hopefully, and then it will be going up, so I'll be able to take your suggestions into consideration when I'm decorating that home. I hope you like the idea, and I hope I explained myself all right in this video. Yeah, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and give me a comment. Let me know what you think of this idea. Let me know if you think it's a good idea or a rubbish idea. Any suggestions are of course welcome, because we all love The Sims. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have. I mean, I'm not a builder, so I'm not going to lie, I'm not a very good builder, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And we're coming up to the end of the video now, so I may sign off here. And this is where we're up to so far, so I hope you guys like it, and I will see you all in part 2 of this series. Thanks guys, bye!